Hello, friends. Welcome to Trivia Over Tea, the quiz show podcast where we drink tea and play trivia. I am your host, Matthew Cook, and I'm here virtually with our scorekeeper, Carter Zanke. Carter, can you tell me please tell me everything that you have done in the last 342 days.
I feel like I just woke up from a long sleep where for 342 days I didn't do scorekeeping for Tot, and now I'm back.
Now we we are back. It has been 342 days since we have released an episode of Trivia Over Tea, and that is way too many days. And there's a variety of reasons for that, mostly because I was too busy. And I feel like I've let everybody down with the lack of episodes and content that I have not released, I guess. And it only took us 2.5 years to get to 101 episodes, and yet it took us nearly a full year to get to episode 102. But here we are back, and we are going to endeavor to deliver the exact same level of quality, hopefully not any worse than we used to do. I can't really promise that it'll be better, but we'll find out. Older and wiser people, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But to get our Trivia Over Tea reboot started, we have two of our favorite contestants. I don't know how many times they've been on, but it's a lot. So let's go ahead and reintroduce them. First, we have Lucas.
Hello. I'm glad to be back. I think some time away really helped. You went back to the drawing board, reinvented the show, got the creative juices flowing. But this is actually my fourth time playing, and I don't know if your record keeper Mason keeps these kinds of records, but it's my fourth location playing out of 4 times because I was in person once at your parents' house. I was at my apartment in Virginia. I was at my apartment in San Antonio, and now I moved into the house. So this is my fourth place playing as well.
That's almost certainly a record. It is kind of generous that you think that Mason is the stats keeper for this podcast, because he doesn't do any of that. I do it all. But I will make a note of that for the permanent record of this podcast. And there was something else that you said that I wanted to comment on. Oh, right, that we're reinventing the show. We are definitely reinventing the show in that everything is exactly the same as it was before. So yeah, we're the same people. We're just we are enriched by our new experiences in the last year, which better enable us to deliver a high quality or medium-ish quality trivia podcast. So hopefully that comes
Beautifully
across
said.
to the listeners. Anyway, thank you for being here, Lucas. And Alyssa, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. I personally feel like I've gotten so much dumber because I get my information exclusively from Tot. So I haven't listened to it for a year. I am so nervous about this. I think this is my 7th time playing. So I am waiting for my 7-timers jacket to come in the mail. Excited for that. This is my first time playing against someone that's not Cecilia. So shout out Cecilia, missed, love. So we'll see how this goes. But this is my first time playing, if it's time to brag, my first time playing as a salon owner. So perhaps this new business venture, maybe we'll have some tax code questions in a category, and perhaps I'll be able to answer those, maybe. But yeah, really excited, really looking forward to it. Excited to flex my brain today.
Well, what's funny is that several of these questions today were written by my father, who some of you may know knows a thing or two about taxes, or at least the people that administer said taxes. However, I don't believe that any of these questions are specifically about the tax code. So
okay, well,
sorry
next
about
time
that.
I'd like to be catered to specifically when it comes to these questions.
We will note that for the next
Thank
time,
you.
certainly.
Thank you.
And
On my 8th time, I would like it to be themed solely around me. Thanks. Appreciate it.
we'll have you on our April 15th episode to help all the listeners who are doing their taxes at the last second. So
Great.
Yeah.
including me probably. So
Yeah, and all our small business owners out there. You are the official small business owner of Trivia for Tea, Alyssa. Um,
oh, I love that.
only
Cool.
because I don't think we have any others who've been on the show, but you are the official small business owner. So congratulations on your new salon.
By default, that's my favorite. That's my
Yeah.
favorite way to think. So
A win is a win. It
a win
doesn't
is a
matter how
win.
you got there, so long as it's a win.
That's how I'm gonna say, or that's what Lucas is gonna say probably after wiping the floor with me today.
Can you put up a sign in your salon that says the official salon of
Absolutely.
Trivia Over Tea?
Absolutely. I'll put it in the Instagram bio.
Oh, great. Okay. I'll send you some stickers if I can
Please.
find them. I haven't fully unpacked my new apartment. Speaking of new locations that we're doing this podcast from, I'm in a new place, and my stuff is all over the floor, as it has been for the last several weeks. So hopefully that will change this week. But that does not affect my ability to host this podcast. So, okay, I think we've gotten through the introductions. I think we've done everything we need to do. Yeah, so I think the next thing that we should do is I should ask Carter to explain the rules for round one.
Well, the rules for round one, as you may recall, are that each of you will get 5 multiple choice questions on different topics. Questions here are worth 10 points each, so just guess the right answer and you'll get those 10 points.
Okie dokie, Lucas, you're up first. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. Bring it on. First question of the
First
the
question of
new
the
year
reboot, episode
reboot.
102. Here we go. Question 1. Which of the following Mexican states is landlocked? A, Jalisco, B, Baja California, or C, Puebla?
Well, I know it's not Baja. That's a peninsula. Can you say the first one again?
The first one is Jalisco, Jalisco, and then C is Puebla.
I don't believe it's Jalisco. I'm gonna go with Puebla.
That is correct. Jalisco, I believe, is where Puerto Vallarta is.
Mm.
And then Puebla is landlocked. It's in the middle of the country somewhere. Question 2. Which of these men is not an Eagle Scout? A, Michael Bloomberg, B, Bruce Springsteen, or C, Marion Barry?
Is not an Eagle Scout, man.
Yeah, I think my dad wrote this question.
Michael Bloomberg seems like he just wants to do everything. That's what a lot of business people are like. They probably just do everything to check boxes, as they, when they're young. So I'm gonna rule him out. Who is number 2? I remember
Bruce
Marion Barry,
Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen. Okay, I'm gonna go with Bruce Springsteen.
That is correct. Yeah, I did
Ooh,
not know
wow.
that Marion Barry was an Eagle Scout, but yeah, Bruce Springsteen. Question 3.
Who knew?
Chemist Louis Pasteur is most famously credited with creating the pasteurization process that makes our milk safe to drink. He also created the vaccine for what disease that has saved millions of lives? A, smallpox, B, measles, or C, rabies?
Hmm. I don't know if rabies would save that many. I also know that it's a very hard vaccine to get. I'm gonna go with measles.
The answer is actually rabies. Yeah,
What?
maybe millions is a bit of an exaggeration. I'm not sure of the statistics on that, but it has saved lives. He developed the rabies vaccine in 1885, and the first human test was on 9-year-old Joseph Meister, who had been badly mauled by a rabid dog. Unfortunately, he survived. Smallpox vaccine was created in the early 1700s, and the measles vaccine was introduced in 1963. There you go.
Can I ask you a question about this one? Isn't
Yeah.
it that you get the rabies vaccine after you have maybe contracted rabies? Like it's a kind of after the fact thing?
I believe that is the case.
Okay, maybe that's
And
how
it's
it's.
like $10,000 or
Yeah.
something like it's like some crazy amount of money.
Yeah, so in theory, assuming that you have health insurance, it would cover it. Which, well, anyway, we don't need to go down that road. But yeah, so maybe that's the reasoning, is that because it is given as literally a like
I
life-saving
mean,
measure.
people might have also used to have had it more at that time, and now that it's been so long, it's just rarely a thing.
Yeah, that could be. That could be. I this is not my area of expertise. So but Louis Pasteur, rabies vaccine. I got him confused with these Joseph Salk, who created the polio vaccine. I got the two confused when I was reviewing these questions. But anyway, rabies vaccine. Question 4. What is the longest river in Europe? A, the Rhine River, B, the Danube River, or C, the Volga River?
I've only heard of the first two. I've not heard that last one. I believe the Rhine goes through Germany. The Danube might as well. I've heard much more about the Rhine, so I'm gonna go with the Rhine.
Ironically, the Rhine is the shortest of the three. The answer is actually the Volga River. The Volga goes through Russia, and I believe it may go through, I'm looking at a map.
That explains it.
Yeah. Okay. It doesn't go through any of the major cities, at least that appear on this map, but it goes down to the Caspian Sea. The Danube is, so the Volga runs 3,692 miles. The Danube runs 2,860, and the Rhine only 760, I think, as it basically goes up in a straight line from one of those seas down there in southern Germany up to, or maybe in Austria, I don't know, somewhere down there, up to the North Sea. So there you go. Where were we? Question 5. Which landmark is the oldest? A, the Brooklyn Bridge, B, the Statue of Liberty, or C, the Eiffel Tower?
Oh, maybe a trick question. 2 American landmarks. I know the Statue of Liberty was a gift that we got. When did we get it? From Europe, maybe from France? Forget.
Yes, from France.
Yeah. I feel like this is a trick question because most European monuments are going to be older than American ones, but I'm going to go with the Eiffel Tower.
The oldest is actually the Brooklyn Bridge. The Eiffel Tower was built in 1889, and I believe that it was in preparation for one of the World's Fairs. And it's not. I don't. Well, yeah, I'm not going to editorialize on that, but it was created for a World's Fair. Brooklyn Bridge was built in 1883, and the Statue of Liberty 1886. I do remember, for whatever reason, I remember the Statue of Liberty being during the presidency of Grover Cleveland, and I'm not sure why I remember that. But it's the Brooklyn Bridge.
I didn't expect them to be that close together. All three of them.
Yeah,
Dang.
that was a toughie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another one by my dad. Yeah, he wrote some tricky ones. So Alyssa, get ready for your tricky questions from
I
Dad.
am
It's
so
gonna be good.
scared. I feel like Andy Cook has sabotaged us today, but that's okay. That's
it's
fine.
it's not just Mason now. You're getting it from our father too.
Yeah,
So
if Melissa could throw me some softballs at some point, not to name drop your whole family.
well,
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's hear.
Unfortunately, my mom did not contribute any questions to this podcast.
Okay, I request them for next time.
Okay,
I hope
Mom.
you're writing all these down.
Okay.
All my requests.
Well, my mom listens, so she can. We can just deliver. We can just use this as that request. So I won't write that one down. Mom,
okay.
please write questions for the next one. Well, specifically for Alyssa's
Thank you.
Next appearance.
Appreciate it.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Question 1. Which landmark is the oldest? A, the Space Needle, B, the Sears Tower, aka the Willis Tower, or C, the St. Louis Gateway Arch?
You know, I don't know, but I am thinking of when Percy Jackson jumped from the St. Louis Arch. You remember that? I'm gonna say the Space Needle. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, yeah, I am. I know, I don't think that's right. I kind of feel like it's no. Yeah, we'll just go with it. I don't think it's right, but we'll go with the Space Needle.
Okay, that's your final answer.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's correct. It is the Space Needle.
Oh my God.
So,
Okay, great. Great. Okay.
yeah,
I'm gonna not go with my gut this time.
yeah. I'll always go with your gut. Space Needle was built in 1962, also for a World's Fair in Seattle. Sears Tower, 1974 in Chicago, of course, and the St. Louis Gateway Arch, 1967. So just after the Space Needle. I definitely thought the Gateway Arch was older, and I would have gotten this wrong. But I do very distinctly remember the four of us, plus a couple of our other friends, going to see the Percy Jackson movie that came out in over President's Day weekend, 2010, when we were in sixth grade, and
What a
I think we
fool.
were all
Do you remember that?
rather disappointed afterward.
You were just full of rage as children, so I think that was a really good punching bag for it.
Yeah.
You just me.
Well, I think our friend group was kind of full of rage, and that's why we were friends. But I think that that particular movie was not very good. Or at least I remember it being not very good, and I didn't see the second one. Anyway, we can get off that now. Question 2. What is the longest river in Asia? A, the Yellow River, B, the Mekong River, or C, the Yangtze River?
Hmm. Um, let's go with C.
That's correct. The Yangtze River is
Wow. I'm just going
3,915
off
miles.
vibes alone today.
The vibes
I should play the
are
lottery.
well,
There's
it
only two
is
questions.
it is
I need to stop talking because this is going to be like a 3-hour long podcast. Just
um
go.
okay. It is Libra season.
It's not, but thank you so much
Okay,
for
sorry. Oh wait, let's
talking about.
wait. I tried so hard.
Yes. Oh no, no, it will be when this comes out. Okay, go again. Go again. We'll cut this out.
Oh, okay. So yes.
Lying.
Yeah, okay.
Say it again. Say
The
it
Yangtze River is 3,915 miles long. The Yellow River is 3,395 miles long. The Mekong River only 2,703 miles long.
just
So,
as I thought.
yeah, right, exactly.
Mhm.
Question 3. Which Greek philosopher created the famous allegory of the cave? A, Aristotle, B, Socrates, or C, Plato?
Hmm. I think it's Aristotle.
It was Plato.
Hmm.
Plato's allegory of the cave argues that the invisible world is the most intelligible and that the visible world is the least knowable and the most obscure. Situations where appearances may be deceiving are an example of Plato's allegory of the cave. Another one of my dad's favorite things to talk about. Number 4. The northern department of Petén makes up around 1/3 of what Central American country? A, Guatemala, B, El Salvador, or C, Panama? This is a Mason question.
Thank you so much, Mason. Hmm. Hmm. We'll go with B.
It's actually A, Guatemala. The
Mhm.
Petén Basin is home to the ruins of Tikal, one of the most prominent Mayan cities. And finally, question 5. Which of these famous directors was rejected by the USC School of Cinematic Arts? A, Judd Apatow, B, George Lucas, or C, Steven Spielberg?
Mhm. I kind of want to say, I feel like Spielberg would be like a real kicker, you know. Judd Apatow, like I really be surprised that Knocked Up wasn't like, you know, of notoriety. But I don't know if no. Because I feel like Lucas and Spielberg knew each other from school. what was the question? They were or they were not?
Were rejected. Which of these famous directors was rejected by the USC School of Cinematic Arts?
Maybe, let's say Spielberg.
That's correct. Despite being one of the most commercially successful directors of all time, USC rejected Spielberg because of his mediocre grades. So he enrolled at California State University at Long Beach. He dropped out of Cal State Long Beach in 1969 to direct TV programs for Universal, and he then returned to Long Beach in 2002 to complete his BA in film and electronic media. So there you go. Although ironically, I believe that there is a Spielberg building at the USC School of Cinematic Arts. So it's probably better than a degree at that point.
It's like putting up a building of like a guy you rejected like 20 years ago and naming like your dog after him. That's crazy.
So if Bowdoin College would like to build a Matthew Cook building, I'm not opposed to that. Just saying.
Just throwing that out there.
Just throwing it out there in case anybody
you're
from the
listening.
state of Maine is listening to us. And with that, that's the end of round one. So Carter, can you please give us a score update?
Looks like we have Lucas at 20 and Alyssa at 30.
Okay. So it is time for round two. Carter, can you please tell us the rules?
Yes, in round two, you'll each get 5 questions, open-ended this time on the same topic. Questions here are worth 20 points each. You also have the opportunity to steal from someone who gets the question wrong for half as many points.
If we remember what we usually do here in round two, typically we try to pick a subject whose birthday falls on the release date of the podcast. And so I went through and I looked at some famous September 25th birthdays. And I found an actor that I think both of you have heard of. I'm pretty sure I got a good one this time. It's Will Smith, born September 25th, 1968. Have we both heard of Will Smith?
Yes.
Okay.
He's
Yes.
a Libra sun and he's a Capricorn moon as well,
Okay.
which I am
See,
as
I'm
well.
already down 10 points, and
Right.
now
Okay. So that was not one of the questions, unfortunately, Alyssa. Sorry. I did
Well,
neglect to write any astrology questions.
yeah, that's okay. That felt a little targeted towards me. But, you know, for those who listen to Talk for information, you're welcome. It's not just coming from Matthew.
See,
she's giving it out for free.
yeah,
For
our
free.
contestants contribute so much more supplemental knowledge to our show, which is why we have you all on, because with just Mason and me, it would be so boring because we would just talk about the same things over and over and over again. And yeah, the podcast would just be awful. But now we can talk about the fact that Will Smith is a Libra and a Capricorn moon. So at least I knew that it was about to be Libra season. Okay.
Well, as the show airs, it is the first day of Libra season.
Okay.
Today, September 25th, the
So
day
he's
that it is.
so he's a
right now.
cusp, a Leo Libra. No, okay.
It's not real, but
Oh.
it's Virgo season now.
Virgo.
Can't
Sorry,
ask
Leo
me
was the
questions.
last one.
Don't get me started on this.
Sorry. Okay. I'm gonna stop trying to talk about astrology now. And we're just gonna go forward with the questions. So Lucas, are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Question 1. Will Smith's acting career took off in the 1990s when he played a fictionalized version of himself on what NBC sitcom?
Okay. Can't possibly mess this up, right? That would be the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That is correct. The show ran for 6 seasons and 148 episodes from 1990 to 1996. Question 2. Among Smith's other film credits is what 2007 post-apocalyptic action film, loosely based on the novel of the same name, in which Smith played a U.S. Army virologist?
Funny story about this movie. My parents took me, and my mom was like, afterwards, she thought she was the worst mom in the world because it was very, very violent and like much more graphic than she thought it was going to be. And that is I Am Legend.
That is correct. The eponymous novel was written by Richard Matheson. Smith's daughter Willow played his daughter in the film. Question 3. Smith played what role in the 2019 Disney live-action remake of Aladdin?
Oh gosh, did not watch that.
Me neither.
Um, I don't know. Did he play Aladdin?
No, not Aladdin. Alyssa,
He played the genie.
he did play the genie. Um,
He
Mina
was
must.
blue. He was big and blue and
Oh,
had a little ponytail.
there you go.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mina Masood and Naomi Scott starred as Aladdin and Jasmine, respectively. I hope I said Aladdin's name correctly. Question 4. Smith plays Deadshot in the DC Extended Universe and starred in what 2016 superhero film?
That would be Suicide Squad, which has is known as one of the worst superhero movies ever, I believe.
I have not seen it because I don't watch superhero films, but I'm not surprised to hear you say that. But it's interesting because it's got a lot of big names in it, including Jared Leto, Margot Robbie, and Viola Davis. So, yeah, I had not heard of any of the superhero names, and I kept referring to his superhero name as Deadbolt instead of Deadshot the other day. I couldn't
It's a
remember what it
really
was.
creative concept. He can shoot really well. That's why they call him Deadbolt.
Wow,
That
yeah, that's creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, not surprised that didn't do well then. Anyway, question 5. Smith earned an Academy Award nomination in 2002 for portraying what boxer in the eponymous biographical film?
Oh, okay. It wasn't the Creed movies. Or was it? No. Was it Apollo Creed?
No. Alyssa?
No.
It was Muhammad Ali.
It was Muhammad Ali. Yeah. Um, the film is called Ali, and it focuses on 10 years of his life from 1964 to 1974. Alrighty, Alyssa, are you ready for your 5 questions about Will Smith?
I'm so ready.
Perfect. Question 1. Smith starred in 3 Men in Black movies alongside what other actor?
Oh, hold on, let me think about it. It's Tommy Lee Jones.
It is Tommy
Yeah.
Lee Jones, yes. The pair play government agents who police extraterrestrials. Question 2. In the late 1980s, Smith briefly dated Sandra Denton, best known for being a part of what hip-hop duo?
I don't know this, but I'm thinking of 90s hip hop duos, and the only one I'm thinking of is Salt and Peppa. Is that correct?
It is correct.
Oh,
She is Peppa.
uh,
There you go.
like the pig,
Right. Yeah. Question
Peppa
3.
Pig. You can laugh. Feel free to laugh at any of my jokes, Matthew.
Haha.
Wow. Okay, question 3.
Question 3. Smith won the Academy Award for Best Actor in 2022 for the titular role in King Richard, in which he portrayed whose father?
Um, um, Venus and Venus Williams and what's her sister's name? Hold on. This is embarrassing that it's not coming to me. Oh,
Her sister, who is more successful and has won
yeah.
far more Grand Slams than Venus.
The one who's married to the Reddit man. What is his name? What's her name? No, hold on. I don't know. Throw it to Lucas. I don't know why I can't think about this.
Okay, Lucas.
Serena Williams.
Serena Williams, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can give Alyssa half credit and we'll give Lucas half of the bounce back credit. Yeah. King Richard was nominated for 5 other Oscars that year, but it only won Best Actor. Question 4. Smith earned another Academy Award nomination in 2007 for playing homeless salesman Chris Gardner in what biographical film?
Pursuit of Happiness.
That is correct. Can you spell happiness?
Yeah, I sure can. It's HAPPYNESS.
Yep. Yeah. I had never heard of this film because I live under a
It's a
rock.
good movie.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie.
It's good.
So Smith starred in the film with his son Jaden. And finally, at the 2022 Academy Awards ceremony, Will Smith infamously slapped what comedian after he cracked a joke about Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith?
That would be Chris Rock.
That is correct. The fallout from the incident, including Smith resigning from the Academy and being banned from attending all their events for 10 years. So, yeah, I think we got all the questions one way or another. I think we got all the questions right. So, good job, everybody.
Thank you,
Alrighty.
Andy.
Oh, that was me. I
Those
wrote
were
them all.
yours.
Yeah. Yeah, these are mine. These are mine.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's why we're getting them right.
yeah, because I was throwing you guys softballs.
Well, then that's an extra thank you. Honestly.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. That's the end of round 2. Carter, can you please give us a score update?
We have Lucas at 90 and Alyssa at 140.
Okay. Alrighty, now it is time for round 3. So Carter, can you please tell us the rules?
Round 3 is a lot like round 2, but now questions are worth more points. They're worth 30 points each, and they'll be on different topics.
Keep messing around with this pen. I'm gonna put it away before I completely distract myself. I think I got it out so that I could take notes, and then I've not been doing that, so I'm just gonna put it away. Okay, Lucas, are we ready?
Yes, round
Okay.
3. Let's bring it.
Question 1. What secondary interstate highway is a loop of San Antonio, officially known as the Connolly Loop? But officially, but not colloquially, known as the Connolly Loop.
You said interstate highway.
Yes,
Okay. So that would be 410, I-410.
that is correct. Also colloquially known as Loop 410.
Yes.
49 miles in length around San Antonio.
Take it every day.
There you go. Question 2. Phanagoria was the capital of the predecessor state to what Balkan nation currently centered at Sofia?
Can you pronounce it again, the name?
Phanagoria, Phanagoria.
Oh,
I would
man.
focus more on Sofia than the predecessor capital,
Okay.
if you know your European capitals.
So not between the 3 Baltics, I don't. I'm gonna guess
No,
Estonia.
Balkan.
Oh, Balkan.
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 Not
Oh.
Baltic.
Oh.
It's not up there.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was gonna completely whiff.
No. Yeah.
Oh, Balkan. Wait, Sofia. Is it Croatia?
Not Croatia. Alyssa?
No idea. Carter?
You don't want to throw out you
I
don't want
have-
to throw out a country, Alyssa?
I don't even think I could if I wanted to. I don't know.
Okay. Carter, do you know?
I have no clue.
Okay. Alyssa, have you ever heard of Bulgaria?
Yeah.
It's Bulgaria. Yeah. Yeah, I always get the Baltics and the Balkans confused. I think it's really silly. The capital of Croatia is Zagreb, I believe. So, yeah. So the Balkans would be. Does Romania count? Maybe that's a little too far away. But Bulgaria, Croatia, Bosnia Herzegovina, Serbia, Montenegro, Kosovo, Moldova.
Yeah, now that you mention it, Sofia definitely doesn't sound like Croatian or any of the ones south of there.
Yeah. So there you go. Question 3. In the Scarlet Letter, what letter is Hester Prynne required to wear for the rest of her life?
Is it R?
No. Alyssa, do you know?
I do know, and I know because of the amazing Emma Stone film Easy A. It is the letter A.
I was wondering if that was going to come up. Yes,
Of
it is.
course.
It is A for adultery. Yes,
Or A for Alyssa.
or A for Alyssa. That's probably what Nathaniel Hawthorne had in mind
I bet.
when he was writing it 200 years ago. That is Nathaniel Hawthorne, right? have
I
that right.
only know the Emma Stone adaptation, clearly.
Okay. I believe it's Nathaniel Hawthorne. That's what I'm going to go with. If I'm wrong, I'll correct us later. Anyway, A for Alyssa. Question 4. The International League and the Pacific Coast League make up what uppermost level of minor league baseball?
Oh, the name of the league, right?
What uppermost level? They're
Okay,
Yeah.
I assume you're talking about like single A, double A, triple A. So I'm gonna say triple A.
That's correct. Yes, AAA. Yeah. So that was an amazing question.
Gotcha.
And question 5. On July 2nd, 2024, Netherlands Prime Minister Mark Rutte resigned in preparation to begin his new position as what?
Can you repeat it?
Yeah. On July 2nd, 2024, Netherlands Prime Minister Mark Rutte, or Rutte something, I don't know, resigned in preparation to begin his new position as what?
Oh, okay. It's got to be something else in the government, maybe. Oh
Rutte,
gosh.
according to the IPA on Wikipedia.
I don't even know if they have similar names to like all the cabinet positions and stuff. But if you're resigning,
Perhaps there was something outside the country that might be a calling for him.
I appreciate the hint, but I'm gonna say ambassador to the UN.
You're on the right track.
Let him
Alyssa,
cook. Let him cook. No. Give him
Okay.
another shot.
you're on the right track.
Oh, UN president,
Which is
something.
called
The oh gosh. The Prime Minister of the United Nations, the chair person. I don't know. You can't give me this.
No, I think we can give it to you. It's the Secretary General of the United Nations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's probably close enough.
I was gonna guess a podcaster, and I felt like that.
Okay. Yeah, actually he was going to become my new scorekeeper on Trivia Over Tea.
Carter.
Sorry, Carter.
Starting
Oh
a
my
tea company to be the new
I'm
sponsor.
quitting.
Yeah. Carter's busy. He's got better things to do than to be on this podcast.
Carter, I think
Um,
you just got fired. Are you gonna take
I
this?
did not fire Carter.
On the first podcast back.
First podcast
That's
back.
wild.
Unreal.
Been waiting a whole year to do this. No, Carter, your
I
job
deserve
is
at least 2 weeks notice.
okay. Well, then, yeah. So for the next episode, then you'll be let go at that time. No, it's okay,
Thank
Carter. Your
goodness.
job is safe. Don't worry. Your unsalaried, unpaid position is safe. Yeah. But yeah, Mark Rutte is becoming Secretary General of the United Nations on October 1st.
Wow.
And he is succeeding Jens Stoltenberg of Norway, who has held the post since 2014. And Dick Schoof is now Prime Minister of the Netherlands. I thought about asking you instead who the new Prime Minister of the Netherlands was. Would you have known that?
No, I would not have.
Okay.
All I know is the king.
I think I asked you the
But
king
that's
before.
too easy. Yeah.
Yeah, I asked you the king before, but you didn't. I don't think you got it right, if memory
Mm,
serves.
no.
Yeah. So
No, I did not.
Had to dig a little deeper this
I've
time.
known it since then. That's why I know it.
Yeah, there you go. See, we are all about helping people learn new things on this podcast. That's what we're all about here at Trivia Over Tea. And now you come back a second time and you know more and you can do better. There you go. Okay, Alyssa, are you ready?
So ready.
Okay, question 1. What interstate highway begins at a park and ride in Baltimore, Maryland, goes west through Frederick, and eventually terminates way out west in Cove Fort, Utah?
70?
It is Interstate 70. The Maryland portion of
I have never gotten a road question right. Ever.
There's a first time for everything. So again, you come back on a later episode, you know more, you get more points.
This is like a tale of faith and redemption. I feel like I don't think I can come back on the show. I feel like anytime will just be just downhill from there.
Well, you need to come back on when my mom writes questions for you, because then you can do.
I would never.
Better.
What else am I going to do besides be a contestant on the show?
Run your salon.
No.
Okay. Well, what if we recorded the podcast at your salon?
Can we?
Yeah.
I'll cut someone's hair. I'll cut your hair while we answer the questions.
Thank you. I actually need to get my haircut soon. So
I don't do men's hair. I'm just kidding. I don't do men's hair.
Okay, that was kind of what I thought. Would you make an exception for me?
If you want a haircut, bleep that out.
Give him a blowout. Give him a blowout.
If you want a buzz cut, perhaps I can
give him layers.
Oh, I can do a layer. I can do a layer. You want highlights? You want a balayage? You want a boilayage? That's a balayage.
I just learned that word like this week. I saw it somewhere and looked it up.
That's
don't know what that is.
No.
A balayage?
I don't think I want.
Let me take the time to educate our listeners. So balayage is in French sweeping, and it is a technique where you sweep the lightener on the hair, and it's an open air technique, so you don't put it in a foil, and it's for lightening the hair in a low maintenance fashion. Keep it nice and rooty and blonde on the ends.
Oh. Do you still need to sit in the little cooker thing? The dryer?
No.
Wow.
You can stump your dad with that question, Matthew.
Yeah. What's it called?
Andy didn't know that one. A balayage.
Balayage. Okay. I'll remember that. See? And I learned stuff too. So
what I'm here for. Someone needs to keep you humble.
Everybody go to the what's it called? What's your salon called?
Dreamhouse Hair.
Everybody go to Dreamhouse Hair in Columbia, Maryland.
Yeah.
For all your hair needs.
Thanks for the shout out.
Yeah, of course. To our many dozens of listeners. So yeah. If you go there, mention this podcast.
What are you about to offer right now?
For a free Trivia Over Tea sticker that Alyssa can give you.
Yes, that is right.
Good. Okay. Okay. Good. All right. So that was the interstate highway question.
Oh my God, I forgot it was my turn. I forgot we were playing trivia. Oh my God. So sorry to whoever edits this. Editor Matthew, I'm so sorry.
That'll be me.
I know.
Probably tonight after I eat dinner. That's okay. We have lots of good content. You know, we did really well for the first 2 rounds. We got through it, and you know, the wheels were going to come off eventually, but
yeah.
You know. Anyway.
Now I can't even blame Cecilia. It's me. I'm the problem.
You are the problem. Yeah.
The first time for everything tonight. A lot of things are happening for the first time.
I feel like now we need to have Cecilia and Lucas on, and we can see how it goes. So then so that with Lucas is the control in our experiment, so that we can see who the real problem is.
It depends.
I'll do that, and then I'll instigate Cecilia kind of
There you
Trying to
go.
get it off the rails.
Thank you, Lucas.
There you go.
Thank
Good.
you.
We're
We're building an alliance over here.
yeah, we're ruining 20-year friendships on this podcast. In addition to providing a community service of trivia. Okay, but let's get back to the trivia. Speaking of the trivia,
Let's answer question 2.
Yeah. Question 2. In 1897, Swiss mountaineer Matthias Zurbriggen became the first person to successfully summit what Argentinian mountain, the tallest in the Andes, South America, and the Western Hemisphere? I'm really sorry about this, Alyssa. And this is a Mason question.
Yep. I know. Mason hates me, I think. Let's see. Tallest point of an of a mountain in Argentina.
Yeah.
On the Andes chain. Yeah.
Yep. And it's tallest in South America.
You know, I actually do feel like I know this. But I'm not going to tell you. I don't know. I have no idea. And I don't even know where I would begin to throw a guess out. So I'd like to, can I phone a friend?
That depends on who the friend is.
Carter.
Carter.
That's a new rule we just added before the show.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is there a mountain called Patagonia? I know there's a place called Patagonia, but is there a mountain also called Patagonia?
There is a place called Patagonia. I don't know if there's a mountain called Patagonia, but it's not the correct answer.
I'm sorry, Alyssa.
It's
Sorry.
okay. You know,
Sorry.
Matthew led Lucas to an answer. That was my lifeline. So it's okay. We'll try again next time.
Well, I could try to lead you to this answer, but I don't know if I can
we're not
actually
even
give
gonna
you a
get
clue
there.
that would be helpful, frankly.
We're not even going to get there. Let's just ask Lucas.
Lucas, do you know?
You know what's funny is Patagonia was in my head too. I knew it wasn't the name of a mountain, but I knew that was the area at the end of Argentina, maybe where it is, but I have no clue.
This mountain is called Aconcagua, Aconcagua. It is the tallest point in the Western Hemisphere, and the tallest point, of course, in South America. The elevation is 22,837 feet. I'm reading off my phone because Mason did not put it in the question document. So, yeah. So I don't know what hint I could have given you for that.
Nothing. You could have spelled it out and I still couldn't have given you the right
Yeah, and
answer.
frankly, like I know that it starts with an A and it's one word.
Like
But
Alyssa.
I did not like Alyssa. Yeah, it's Alyssa, Mount Alyssa in Argentina. But I always forget the name, so I don't know that I could have gotten it. But anyway, Aconcagua is the name of this mountain.
Yeah.
Question 3. What color is the light at the end of Daisy's dock, which is visible from Jay Gatsby's home?
It's green.
It is green.
Yeah.
That is correct. Question 4. The American Red Cross was founded by what nurse famous for her work in the Civil War?
Ooh, and you know what? That church by our house back in Fairfax, she used to work there. Hold on. Oh, I need to know this. Is her name Mary? Is it Mary? No,
No.
it's not. It's not. Oh my God. I wrote so many reports on this woman. I can see her. No, Susan? No. Is it a Susan?
No.
It is. No, okay. There's only like 10 famous women, and I don't, all the other ones are coming to mind. Shit.
Maybe we want to cut out there's only 10 famous women.
You need to cut out everything I ad lib in here. I know I can say that. I'm the only woman here.
That is true. That is true. We'll cut out
Um,
me repeating it.
yeah. Oh my God. This is really this is upsetting me. It's a name and it's initial and it's another name. I know there's an initial in it. No, there's not.
There's not an initial. Okay, here's the hint that I can give you.
Okay.
When he first, I gave a hint to you, Lucas, so I feel like I can give Alyssa one.
No, I know. It clicked in
Okay.
my head. I know it now.
Yeah.
I just want to say that.
Oh
Okay.
my God, the stakes are even higher. He's gonna take it from me.
So
Okay, help me out.
when our good friend Chris first moved to the neighborhood, he lived
Clara
on
Barton. Clara Barton?
yes,
Okay.
he lived on
Wow.
this street. Claire
Thank
Barton.
you, Chris.
Yeah. Shout out.
First time Chris has helped me. A lot of first times tonight. This is a monumental night.
Yeah.
Cut that
Yeah.
out. You can keep you can keep that one in.
I don't know that he listens to this podcast. We'll cut that out too. But anyway, yeah, Claire Barton. She founded the American Red Cross in 1881 after convincing President Chester Arthur that the American Red Cross could respond to crises other than war, such as natural disasters like earthquakes, forest fires, and hurricanes. So there you go. And finally, question 5. Frank Sinatra loaned $200,000 to what former vice president to help him pay his back taxes?
Oh my God. Say the question again?
Frank Sinatra loaned $200,000 to what former vice president to help him pay his back
Oh my God,
taxes?
the podcast hasn't been on so long that I forgot who I know this is the punchline. And you guys ask me a question about this guy every time. Oh my God.
Mhm.
This is so embarrassing. I feel like Icarus and I flew way too close to the sun. Part. And I know he's from Maryland.
Mhm.
And his name starts with an A, right?
His
Like
last name, yeah.
Alyssa. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm gonna scream. Spiro Agnew.
Spiro Agnew, yes. Whew. Oh, that was close.
I was about to get my 7-timer jacket revoked. Thank
Yeah.
God. Thank God.
Yeah. I don't have to call Jeff Bezos now and tell him to stop shipment on that. So, yeah,
You're getting
it'll
it
still arrive.
by Amazon? Why aren't you going through Etsy? I thought we were supporting small businesses on this podcast.
Well, yeah. I don't know how to do any of that. So, for the record, we don't sell anything on Amazon or Etsy because we have nothing to sell.
I hope you wouldn't be selling 7-timer jackets. It would make mine a whole lot less special.
No, we only give those away to our contestants. Yeah.
I want merch.
Who are on at least 7 times.
I want a shirt that says I played trivia over tea 7 times and all I got was this lousy t-shirt.
And you have to because your salon is the official salon of Trivia Over Tea, you have to wear it to
Get
work
my logo
every
in the
day.
background.
Yes.
I will sponsor it. It'll
Great.
just be one.
What's
big
that site
logo.
that does the really custom gift stuff? Is it Redbubble? Or
I-
one of those? I'm sure, like, because you can do anything
Yeah.
like that. I'm sure you could make a pretty fun jacket with that on it.
I'm making that for us and I'm sending it to only the 7-timers.
Only this. Okay. There's not that many of you. I don't know how many. I presume that my friend Matthew Brown has been on more than 7 times. I think Joshua Link probably has. And then if you count people who do the scorekeeping, like Mason and Carter, of course, yeah, way more than that. I don't know.
Carter, at the end, one more time. I mean, it is on National Scorekeeper Appreciation Day of all days, September 25th. Unbelievable.
We're starting our new trends. Yeah, so new trends for this podcast. We now have an official salon, Dreamhouse Hair. Can we say that Dreamhouse Hair is a sponsor of Trivia
Yes.
Over Tea? Okay.
Yes.
Trivia Over Tea
I've
brought to
spent a lot of time on this podcast.
and time is money.
Time is money.
Yeah.
You know how many haircuts I could have done by now? At 9 o'clock p.m. on a Monday.
Yeah, we have a sponsor now, Dreamhouse Hair. We what was the second thing I was about to say?
The day?
Yes,
National
we have
Scorekeeper.
yes. It is we are hereby decreeing September 25th to be Scorekeeper Appreciation Day. So we appreciate all of the people who have been scorekeepers. Oh, thank you, Carter. So, for those of you who are listening, Carter just sent up the party emoji on Zoom here. So we have to thank Carter and Mason and Lucas and Matthew and Julia and other Matthew, and I think my dad has done it, and I that might be it. That's a lot of people, but I think that's probably all the people that have done it. I'll have to check my notes. If I'm forgetting you on National Scorekeeper Appreciation Day, I'm really sorry. And I hope you're not listening if I did forget you, because that would be embarrassing. Anyway, we're almost to the end here, but we've just gotten to the end of round 3, I believe. So Carter, can we please get a score update?
Of course. We have Lucas at 180 and Alyssa at 275.
Cool. Okay. And now it is time for round 4. So Carter, can you please tell us the rules?
Round 4 is our showdown, where you'll each get the same 3 questions, and questions are worth 40 points. Just be sure to write down your answer, or otherwise make note of it, or keep it in your head and don't change it.
Wait, did you say 30 or 40?
I think I said 40.
Okay. Maybe
Is that right?
It is 40, but
okay. Questions here are worth 40 points.
maybe I misheard on National Scorekeeper Appreciation Day of all days. So
you second guessing?
It's
you should go on strike. You should go on strike.
I've really abused you a lot today, Carter, and I'm really sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to fire you though, I promise, because you do a great job. And you pay far more attention to what's going on in the show than I do. So
as soon as I get paid, I'll forget these slights against my skill.
Duly noted. Duly noted. Okay. I'll send you another Trivia Over Tea sticker as compensation, and I hope that will make up for this.
I have like 4 on my fridge.
Well, then I think you need 5. And I think I'll hand it to you in person in a couple weeks so I can save the postage.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, Alyssa, Lucas, are you ready for your round 4 questions?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Got
Okay.
my notes. Oh, blurry.
Question 1. In the 1920 U.S. presidential election, what future president was the vice presidential candidate on the losing ticket?
Say that again. I was not listening.
In the 1920 U.S. presidential election, what future president was the vice presidential candidate on the losing ticket? It's a very big game, so you've definitely heard of this one. Do we have answers? Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Lucas, what is your answer?
Not happy about it, but I put FDR. I know you can't see it.
Okay. Alyssa?
I also put down FDR.
That is correct. It is Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Ohio Governor James M. Cox was at the top of the ticket. Roosevelt was Assistant Secretary of the Navy at the time. They were the Democrats, and they lost in a landslide to Warren G. Harding and Calvin Coolidge. The Electoral College vote was 404 to 127. And the popular vote was similarly lopsided. So there you go. Question 2. While the Alaska legislature officially reverted the name of Mount McKinley to Denali in 1975, the federal government wouldn't do the same until 2015 due to the opposition of Ralph Regula, a congressman who represented what Ohio city, the longtime home of William McKinley and the McKinley Presidential Library and Museum. This is a toughie. This is a Mason question. Okay, do we have an Ohio city written down?
Yep.
Okay, Lucas.
I put Dayton.
Alyssa?
I put Lima, Ohio.
Okay, interesting. Well, good. I'm glad we both put Ohio cities down. Unfortunately, neither of them are correct. If I had said that this city is also the home of the National Football Hall of Fame, would that have helped?
Yeah, I would have.
And that would have been, of course, Canton,
Canton,
Ohio. Yeah. I did not know that McKinley's museum was there. As I said, this was written by Mason. So there you go.
Can
Blame
I tell
him.
you my Can I tell you my line of thought? And I was actually just thinking about this moment because I remember so distinctly Lucas and I, you're gonna have to cut this out. Lucas and I were in Miss Crawford's class, supposed to be doing like a partner project, and Lucas was up talking to Miss Crawford, telling her, explaining the plot line of the Glee finale. Do you remember this?
Vaguely, yeah.
And I
I
was
do.
so mad because I was like, Lucas, we're supposed to be working on this, and you're summarizing Glee. Anyway, they go to a high school called William McKinley High School, and it is in Lima, Ohio. And I realize this is a fictional school, but I was really hoping that was going to be the answer.
When you said it was hard, I was like, okay, I'm canceling out the big three cities, and I was
Mhm.
like, I'll just go like one level below that because it couldn't have been some random no name town. That would have
Yeah.
been too harsh even for Mason.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't mean.
So I
Anyway,
hedged on Dayton.
yeah, it's not a bad guess. Dayton, Ohio, of course, home of the Wright brothers and the Wright Brothers Museum. So, and because of that, Ohio claims to be the birthplace of aviation in opposition to North Carolina's claim. So
Mhm.
there you go. And where'd my questions go? I pulled them away. Excuse me. Last question, question 3. According to Greek mythology, who killed the Minotaur? His name is not Percy Jackson. Just.
Well, you gotta erase that. I'm just kidding.
All right. Do we have answers? Okay, Lucas.
Theseus.
Alyssa?
I also wrote Theseus. I don't
That
think I spelled it.
that is correct. Yes, it was Theseus. Yeah, several of these questions, including this one, I wrote as tiebreaker questions for our 100th episode of Trivia Over Tea, which we did a year ago. But fortunately, we didn't need any of
3
them.
episodes ago.
Only 2 episodes ago.
2
actually.
episodes ago.
2 episodes and 1 full year ago. Yeah,
We're
almost.
in the age of prestige programming, and that's pretty on par. It
Yeah.
takes a long time for quality content to come out these days.
Right, because every single day I have been working on this podcast to revamp it into the exact same podcast that we had.
You are
before.
in the writer's room day in and day out. Where is the Emmy? Where is the primetime Emmy?
Truly, that's a good question. I would really like to be able to unblur my background so that everybody could see my trophy case, which is currently empty, but could be filled with Emmys that I win for this prestigious publication. No, that's not the right publication. Broadcast. Anyway, we're really screwing the pooch here, though. Okay, I think that's the end of the game. Carter, can you give us the final score, please?
Our final score, Lucas with 260 and Alyssa with 355.
Excellent score, Alyssa. One of our highest, not the highest, but one of our highest.
Thank you.
Certainly the highest that we've had in well over a year.
I mean, what can I say? Worked really hard over our hiatus to learn about Will Smith.
Hitting the brain gym every day.
I clocked in a lot of hours on the Will Smith Wikipedia for this one.
Yeah. Well, good. And you got the Spiro Agnew question correct. So that's all you really need. Cool. Well,
so
thank you both.
Cecilia. Just kidding.
What?
Cut that. Never mind. Cut that out.
Oh, anyway, this has been really lovely. I think that's the end for us today. So let me see if I can remember how to close this podcast, because I was often forgetting even when we were doing it weekly. That's our show for today, folks. Thank you to Alyssa and Lucas for being on the show, as well as Carter Zanke for being our scorekeeper. Today's questions were written by Andrew Cook, Mason Cook, and yours truly. And we'd also like to thank our sponsor, Dream House Hair in Columbia, Maryland. And thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe to Trivia Over Tea on your preferred podcast platform. And please leave us a review, particularly if you want us to continue to make episodes more than once every 342 days. It would be nice to get some encouragement. Yeah, follow us on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, all at Trivia Over Tea. And yeah, tune in. It's at some point in the hopefully near future when we'll have 2 new contestants and 33 more questions. So thank you. We will see you